We've been working with Ability for a while, and Cindy and the Ability team asked us to help them with the MedTech conference by putting on a marketing workshop to help educate the MedTech folks on how to bring a product to market and how to position their product. What we were looking for was a MedTech company that had a product that was existing already, that was either in market or close to coming to market, but that hadn't yet figured out its position and promise to the market. We picked Oncoscope because we felt it fit the criteria better than some of the other alternatives, and really had a really enthusiastic audience. In the conversations with Perry, it was sort of like, wow, this is perfect.
Well, first things that we got from Oncoscope was that they're very confident, they're very buttoned up with what they have developed. They have good data, and they anticipate good results, and they want to be a brand that is built off of something very solid, which is a great place to start.
It's an optical biopsy system, and they can explain it a lot better than I can, but what it does is it allows a physician in an endoscopy procedure to actually evaluate the potential of a cell to be precancerous or at risk of becoming cancer. Different than other products because it doesn't return just a visual image of the cells. It actually measures the size of the cell nuclei, returns a readout based on that, and then just based on statistics it can determine whether or not that is an abnormal cell nuclei or normal.
Branding is about belief systems, and it's about invitations, and it's about appealing to a cross-section of people through a common set of beliefs, through a shared vision and a trajectory that gives everybody a place to grab on, everybody a place to step inside. And the best brands are the ones that aren't really about their tagline or their logos. They're the ones that you flash a symbol and you go, oh yeah, I'm one of those. The purpose of a Spark event is to gain consensus of the stakeholders, those that put their heart and soul into building the product, naming the product, designing the technology, or leading the company. The exercise is really about, let's break it down, let's deconstruct it. That workshop is to get everyone's voice heard and to be able to step away and then come back together. The Spark is the thing that's going to connect most powerfully with the customer. And that's in the form of sort of a promise.
I was thinking there would be more of these little exercises of coming up with single words for either product name or what we wanted the product to be. Yeah, like more of that. And it hasn't been that. It's been so more about the mind of what people are thinking, I guess, instead of like attributes, maybe?
Well, I think it's really interesting that even the folks from Micromass have managed to involve themselves in the thinking that we've already had, right? It is in terms of being internal to the company.
I think they went in there with some negative perceptions about what this was going to be, maybe more of an arduous process and a little bit more difficult, but when they got into it, they started to see how they were viewing their company and their product differently, as we had them talk about how they perceive their product in terms of clinical relevance as well as commercial relevance, what they felt was going to be an advantage that they could leverage, what they felt was going to be a hurdle or a barrier that they had to overcome.
The naming process is a lot harder than people think it is. It's not just sitting down and coming up with a few names and saying, that's it. Is this name, does it really embody the brand personality, the brand fundamentals that we've all agreed on? And if it doesn't, then it has to go. Why did we pick that name? What does it really mean? And why is it important? And how does it bring our brand promise to life?
We had a first naming presentation and presented 3 names that we felt really great about, that all, really answered the promise that we had established and all agreed upon as a group, and really fit with the personality.
I really had to start sketching based on some of the themes that I started picking up in this matrix of stuff that I had already done. I started sketching things like eyes and peacock feathers and things that not only related to the personality but related to the meaning behind the word, the roots of the word and the Greek mythology behind it, and try to combine that with the technology.
Find out who we're talking to, we're going to connect with them. What's that promise going to be? All that has to ladder up to a very single focused a promise, which we agreed was transforming the vision of the physician.
With each of the personalities, as Jamie was saying, we started to, based on color theory that's been proven, we assigned color to it. But not only that, we assigned typography that matched the personality. We assigned textures and imagery and icons and symbols. And you'll see as we get into the logos that all these things help shape every single logo.
My first reaction, I like the third trademark. I think it gives a bold statement. And so that's what I liked about it, and you can interpret it in many different ways.
I like the third logo the best.
But my preference would be the third one.
This process was a little bit different because this is the second branding type of process that I've done. And this time it was a little bit more intimate, a little bit more engaging, and we went through the whole process and didn't understand exactly where we were getting to, but every step had a reason why we were doing it, to lead us down that journey.
Yeah. So it was beyond what you expected.
No, it was beyond what I expected. It was a real positive experience.
If the commercial side doesn't articulate the virtues and value to the audience properly, if they don't believe in it themselves, through those warm, fuzzy, out-of-the-box type things, then this great thing we've created goes nowhere. And I think that's truly a loss for society.